Today I'm going to show you how to use analog heat plus effects to go from this to this. So what we're doing here is essentially using the resonance and the analog filter of analog heat plus effects to really beef up our drum break. Because like in some cases, I'm sure you've experienced where you got a drum break, it's pretty cool, but the kick could be a little lackluster, but we want to really emphasize the kick and bring that out. So we can do that with analog heat plus effects and utilizing the envelope follower. Probably the most important part here is understanding how the resonance plays with the kick drum of our break. So if we play this back, we'll activate analog heat plus effects, turn our mix all the way up, and now we have our frequency here and our resonance. So I'm going to turn our resonance up pretty high and find the resonant peak of our kick. That's pretty close. We can find a different, whichever note or sonic frequency you want to hit. Maybe here. Okay, sure. Sweet. We found it. So now we can use either a high pass filter, or my favorite use here is the peak filter. This is just going to leave the frequencies as they are and then add a peak, and depending on how high that peak is with the resonance and this frequency here, what frequency is it going to peak up for us? So now if we play this back, you can hear the kick is crazy high, right? Now we'll turn our resonance down. This means we're basically back to where we were, right? A, B, not much of a difference outside of the saturation, a little bit of drive, and nothing happening here. But with our envelope follower, I'm gonna play our break back and set this to the AD mode. And you can see it's jumping all over the place, but we wanna hone in on that kick. So hitting our mod page again, we can turn our width all the way down, and this will let us choose which frequency range we wanna listen to. And right there, you can see it ignored everything except our kick drum. Going back here, we'll turn our trigger down a little bit. There it is. So now every time that kick drum passes that dotted line, it's going to send a trigger or an envelope, in this case with a really fast attack and a really slow release, to wherever we set it to. So in this case, I want to say our filter resonance. Watch this. We'll turn this up. Big kick. We really hear it here, right? So check this out. We're going to go to our flow page, and I'm going to enable our compressor, hit yes to go to our compressor page. And here we can really fine tune what is getting compressed. And we want the kick to kind of push everything down a little bit and really squash it a bit. So with our side chain filter here, I'm going to set it just straight in the middle. Let everything get squashed. Ratio, we'll set this to about 6, right? And then our threshold, right, and we can use the sidechain filter to really choose which frequencies we want to be affected by the compressor. But personally, I really like leaving it right in the middle. We'll soften this up again. Going back to our mod, we can really start turning this up even more now. Shorten the release up. And then going back to our compressor here, fine tune this a bit, maybe a little less. More ratio. There it is. And if you wanted, you can kind of take this somewhere else, give it a little bit more drive, turn your lows up. Maybe a little more highs. Right, again before and after. All right, quick recap of what we just accomplished. We found the resonant frequency of our kick drum, matched that with our analog filter on analog heat plus effects that really cranked up the resonance, but not permanently, right? We utilized the envelope follower to really listen in to just that frequency range, and when that envelope follower gets triggered, send an attack and release to really push up the resonance for us. You can do this with your master track, your bass line, your sample, whatever the source might be. Hopefully you found this helpful, and until next time, my friend, bass.